Blight's been huge this league for a lot of people, but understanding how to do the strat can be very challenging. So I'm gonna lay it out for you real quick. We're gonna do one Blight map. It's gonna be Thicket. It's gonna be a T14. I'm gonna roll you through the anointments and then basically how to do it. And I'm even gonna show you the loot at the end. So let's get right into it. Okay, real quick, I just wanna go over your anointments before you get started on the Blight. So on one ring, I have your meteor towers create burning ground on 3 seconds on hit. And the other one, I have Chilling Towers freeze enemies for 0.2 seconds. These are pretty much mandatory for the strat, so don't sleep on them. If you're wondering like how to get those, it's super easy. You put your ring in here. One ring uses indigo and violet, and the other anoint is a silver and an opalescent. That's it. It's easy. Let's jump into the Blight map. Okay, so let's roll a map real quick. For this one, it's a Blighted Thicket map. It's T14. I'm throwing 3 verdants on it, and that's just for more XP. You can, of course, put whatever oils you want on it. I like to do a T14 and above just because you can drop silver, golden oils, all the stuff basically. So I'm just rolling some mods on it. I'm going to make sure I corrupt it for those tainted oils. If your map is not corrupted, you're not going to get those tainted oils, and that's going to be sad. So here we go. We're in the thicket now, and I'm going to leave my portal right there. I'm going to go ahead and start it. It's a T14, so I'm not too worried about setting up my towers before I start the Blight. You can do it any way you want. I don't know what your build can handle. I know what my build can handle. So big thing up front is I want to get a chilling tower, which is just a tier 3. Do not upgrade it past that. It won't work. I throw a meteor tower down and I come back here. I get a stun tower. These 3 are vital to the whole strategy. I'm gonna pop another meteor tower up there, and that's just to trim them down before they even get to the ice tower. So big strat is ice tower, meteor tower, tier 3 stun tower. And then you want an empower tower to get as many of those as you can. I'm going to flip around, do the other side as well. You're going to work with what you can. Not every map is going to give you like the perfect 4 towers grouped together. So you just kind of got to make do with what you can. Now, there is something to be said here, because every 30 seconds, more towers are going to come out until basically all portals are lit up. So if you don't have enough towers, like you'll see, basically my towers just doubled there with the expansion of the Blight. So now I have more towers to get additional chilling towers, as many meteor towers as I can. I throw down the stun tower, and I'm staying as close to the pump as possible. And a lot of people don't understand. If you sway to like one side or the other as you're killing monsters or setting up towers, the towers that are furthest away from you, if you run this side, then the towers on this side are going to deactivate, and then the monsters can just sail through and kill your pump. So always make sure you're running out, doing what you need to do, and running back and basically protecting that pump, because you don't want to lose 20 chaos plus whatever oils you used and everything else. That would feel so super bad. I think out of like 100 maps, I may have lost 2. Like, I really don't lose too many. Blight Ravage is a completely different monster. And if you want to do Blight Ravage maps, maybe in the next video, I will talk about that. Here, you're just seeing me. I'm putting up a lightning tower. Now, you might be like, yo, what's he doing? That wasn't part of the strat. Yeah, it's not. I just have severe ADHD, and sometimes I just need to spice it up a little bit. All right, so you can ignore the lightning tower. You don't have to do that. That is not part of this strat. All I'm doing is going back and forth. I'm just trying to kill some monsters as well, because it's going to give me more money to essentially like build all my towers. So if I see a boss come out, I'll just go over and maybe mark them for my guys and let them run over. I won't go anywhere near these monsters, because if you think that you're safe just because the towers are destroying these monsters and they're not a threat, they are an absolute threat. Maybe not at T14, but if you get comfortable now, it's only going to get messy later. Now, I put up a minion tower here, and that is also not part of the strat. But I've been starting to think, maybe minion towers aren't that bad after all. They give you a little bit of range. So like, let's say like a monster slips in to the Blight pump, those minion towers are going to range shoot. So make sure you always pick the wing, all right, the flying scouts, and not like the regular minions on the left. So that one's easy. Now, they kind of get in here just a little bit, but that's just because I'm not really paying attention. And I'm just trying to run around and get as many upgrades as I can. Like, these upgrades are super important, but we hold them off. We're not going to lose this map, not even a little bit. We're going to keep crushing, and I'm going to start upgrading now from the inside out, basically. So I'm going to stay near the pump now that all the monsters are coming out. We're towards the last minute of the Blight. And this is where like all the action happens. I feel like the first 4 minutes is just kind of like a stretch and like a warm up, because you just get, it's just a huge barrage of monsters. Anyway, just keep upgrading. Don't worry about it. Keep steady, breathe through your nose. Don't stress this. Okay, we got this. We got stun towers inside. We got, we got all the meteor towers carrying our water for us. It's just fine. All right, so we're gonna get these upgrades. We're gonna keep pushing. We're under a minute now, so the monsters, they're just gonna keep falling over to the towers as long as we stay in the middle. Something to think about when you're rolling your maps. I'm using 3 greens here, but you can use whatever you want. Like, the only thing I don't do is I don't use opalescent, silver, and golden oils for like T14, T15, T16. I generally like, I mean, maybe not opalescent oils. Sometimes I'll maybe spoil myself a little bit, but in general, silver and golden oils I try to save for Blight Ravage maps, because if you're gonna be rolling a map like that, you want as much juice as you can get. Here, I'm mostly concerned with just rolling it something that I can do and making sure that I corrupt it. That corruption is so important. I've dropped about 5 tainted oils this league. And I think it is also important to note that you don't need a certain tier to drop tainted oils. They can literally drop in a T1 blighted map. It doesn't matter. Also, while we're here just cleaning up, I will let the monsters just come in and let the towers clean them up, even after like the timer's gone, because they're still sending monsters and these monsters can still take you out. So now that I just see a few red dots, I'm just gonna run back, keep checking the Blight pump, and make sure that we're good. I don't see a whole lot of red dots here, so I don't feel like it's too crazy. Once you see the lines go dark, they're deactivated. Now we're just gonna loot here, and this is kind of the fun part. There's no monsters here. You don't have any fear, but make sure that you don't have any of those incendiary and the toxic balls willing to drop on you, because those could kill you after the fact. On death effects, they suck, but you got to be aware that they are. All right, we got a Blight Ravage map. We got a silver oil. That's like 40, 50 chaos. So that's, the map's already paid for. And of course, that depends if you're selling in bulk or not. I'm going to run through, just kind of loot this out, and kind of just show you what's in a typical map. I mean, if you need syndicate, unveiled items, those drop. Tons of smaller currency here. Generally, I only get like a handful of chaos orbs. And I would say I get an exalt maybe 1 out of 8, 1 out of 10 maps. I'll get an exalt to drop. So, that usually covers 10 to 12 maps, depending on the prices, of course. Anything that I think is valuable, I'll pick up. Generally, jewelry sucks unless it's like highlighted in my filter. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm not picking up this unless I'm doing chaos recipes in the beginning of the league. But at this point, I'm certainly not doing that. I'll grab maps. You never know when you can sell in bulk. I'm always hoping for something delicious to jump out. But, not every Blight map can be a banger. And you never know what you're going to get. So I just try to roll my maps the best I can. I try to get as much out of them as I can. And I will do this. Even though you're seeing me pick up a ton of like smaller currency, like fusings and chance orbs and stuff, you're like, what are you doing, you monster? These things sell to other bots for next to nothing, man. It takes like a few seconds to do the trade. You just sell out your stacks, man. And next, you have exalts and exalts and exalts worth of stuff. So, don't sleep on the small currency. I think if you do that correctly, you're going to be really good to go. All right. So, here we are. We're just wrapping up the few last ones. I don't think there was anything crazy that dropped in this one, but you never know. So loot it all and, do what you can. This was a decent map. And hey, I hope you drop exalts too. I wish I did, but not this time. All right, and that wraps up the map. We're pretty much done here. You can see the loot in my inventory if you want to pause it and really see it. Was it worth it? Yeah, that map was totally worth it. I got a little bit of XP. We're done. Well, I hope that strat helps you out. I hope you roll your maps nice and fat and drop as much currency as you can. Hey, listen, if you got this far, 1, I appreciate you. 2, if you like what you see, maybe drop a like on the video and maybe even subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. I'll see you in the next one. Okay. I gotta pee real quick. All right, listen. Go get all right. Yo, all right, listen. My edible just kicked in. I just need people to hear me. This edible, I can feel Oh my God. Yo, I need to pee so bad. I gotta pee real quick. I gotta pee real quick. Yo, NA is a server. I got room for 2.